A little bit too dramatic. You guys are going to love today's video. Fun video today. Today we're learning about new developments. Today we're learning about systems and what exact gears we should use for what motor. And we're finally taking some cars to the runway to rip. Strap up? Strap up. I meant buckle up. Where have I been? You are pretty much looking at it. A ton of new parts and posting them slowly on our social media, Instagram, Facebook. We're gonna take 3 cars to the runway in a minute and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I haven't driven in a while, so that's gonna be pretty interesting. PerfectPassRC.com. The link will be in the description. Cool new feature, radio relocate kit. Why not just taking all the components that are usually here, moving them to the front, and then have the entire car. This is a brand new steering mechanism as well. Hubs, buckles? I meant steering knuckles. We are going to offer every single part in this car in 3 colors. So you can actually build your own car if you want that to be chrome, but then you want these to be black, or you want that to be silver anodized. Motor mount going to be available soon. We are now offering gears as well, so gears are on the store as well. The steering mechanism, first you can take it up and down, and then you can actually spin it around and choose whichever 90-degree orientation you want. What's that? It's a secret. CES in Vegas. I went to the show. Turbofans are getting out of hand, but they're just so useful. Looked at many of them at the CES show and talked with all the manufacturers, and I actually bought a ton of samples of each manufacturer. Got to the top 3. From the top 3, chose the best one. And I said, look, give me a good price, blah, blah, blah. And I'll buy a ton of them because I want to offer it to my community. They did. So now we can offer it to you guys for a much lower price. Very useful to clean the car. Well, so it's now available on the website. Many of you guys commented lately that you never see my face, you only see my hands. Hand model. So, well, here it is. Well, hello. It's a pleasure. Anyway. Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to head out to the runway and rip. It's been a while since I've driven, so hopefully nothing catastrophic, right? I haven't driven in a while, so I'm not going to take all the shiny new stuff. But these still have some action in them. MGM $1,000 ESC. Lenner 3060, and I think this one is like an 1850 kV, and the gearing, oh, by the way, Perfect Pass gears. This is how they look. I ran it on 8S, and it was shit. So now, we're just going to keep the same exact setup. With 8S, it did like a 140, 150. It was really sorry. 12S. It's going to be very interesting. It's either we are going to burn this motor, or we're going to get some really nice speed. This little older horse, 5690 by TP 1350, sounds like a jet. This car has the 4080 2400. Been a while since I've driven, so seeing some 170s, 180s, 190s, we're gonna be in the runway in 1 second. And just like that, we're at the runway. MGM, Lenner motor, SMC 6S on each side. The car is heavy. By the way, we had a pretty funny occurrence when we got to the runway. The runway is, well, occupied by that. Hi. Hello. Right, so now that they're all clear, by the way, guys, this is the man. This is Erez. He's actually the cameraman of the channel. Many of the amazing shots that you guys are seeing are actually taken by Erez. Where is the switch here? I don't even remember. Oh, here it is. Well, let's see what happens. Nothing. I gotta tell you, man, I don't understand the MGM. Read 112, man, monster run. I don't know, dude. I just don't know. A piece of, I don't know. I guess we'll have to go back again. I've been into the software here 100 times and I still don't get it. Now this little buddy is fun. Everything works. New Perfect Pass gyro seems to work. And yep, track start. Man, gotta tell you, perfect pass gyro. The car is just dialed. It's just pinned straight on the runway. Something I'm obviously very, very happy about. All right, and stop. Read 179. So that's about what I wanted. Again, the batteries are not overcharged or not heat up. So from this setup, 179, almost 180 miles an hour. Car is just planted on rails, just sitting nice. I like it. You know what? Let's play around with that perfect pass gyro a little bit. Like, dude, it doesn't get better than that. And this is not really a drag setup. This is more of a, you know, speedrun setup, of course. The third car, still same setup, complete perfect pass car. Castle XLX2 TP 4080 2400 kV. We didn't overcharge and we did not heat up the light bulb. This car does have a perfect pass launch control, so all I'm going to do is pretty much set it at the beginning of the run, squeeze slowly to full throttle. By the way, many of you guys ask me what I true my tires to. Lately 94 millimeters BSR purple. Working, track start. So what do I expect with that KV and that setup without overcharge and overheat? I don't know, maybe the same. But we're about to find out. And stop. Read 179, exactly the same speed as before, with a completely different configuration. For those who are curious, 170 Fahrenheit hot. ESC 111, bullets 112. By the way, for those who want to cool their system faster than normal, here's a little life hack. You just put it on level 1 and let it sit, and you get like a prepared system within, I don't know, 3 minutes. It's been years, so I had to take a spin, of course. All right, riding those dirt bikes were a trip. Those guys were nice enough to let me actually use them. Same 4080 2400 kV. We're gonna do a second run on it, and this time around it was so hot, so I've actually decided not to gear it up. What I did is overcharge it to 435. Don't try it at home. And then heat up the batteries a little bit. It's always a question when you want to actually push the car a bit more. It's either to gear up or to give it more voltage, hence less amperage for the given wattage. Those batteries are great, but they're only great when they are hot enough. When they're hot enough, the internal resistance of them actually drop, and it's actually a lot easier to receive much higher C rating for the given cell configuration. I know that if you're not careful, the TP4080 2400 kV is an XLX2 killer. So hoping that this is not the case this time, but only one way to find out, right? We actually had a cut a little bit too much for the configuration. Okay, back to this car. I promised a company to test their wheels and I don't know, it's a matter of taste. I'm hoping to get like a good 170. I gotta tell you, It sounds good. It sounds like they held, actually. And stop. Read 170. So that's expected from second run on these batteries, not heat up or overshot. 170 miles an hour. It sounded like they're all in one piece. I think they are. $170 mph, tested. All right, experimental wheel car. It will be a second run on these wheels. A little bit hotter battery, a little bit higher voltage. Hoping to see those wheels hold a second run at those speeds, 170, 180 miles an hour. If they don't hold 3 runs, 2 runs, it's definitely something to note. $179 again. Wheels. Okay, ish. That's actually not the wheels' fault. That's from stopping at the end of the runway, I noticed. Same here. So the car just kind of drifted right and left a little bit. A little bit rougher than I want to see. But rear wheels actually held. All right, for the last run of today, we've had 28 pinion and we got 179. I figured it was too hot, so I gave it more voltage and heat, and it actually cut on us. It was just a little bit too much for the system to handle. We are going to attack this from the front door. This was the back door. Now the front door is just geared up. Same normal voltage, 4.2, no heat, a little bit of heat, nothing too crazy. By the way, for those who ask, this is my heater, just lunchbox heaters inside a wooden box with some insulations. And now we're gonna do, instead of the 28, we're gonna do 30. All right, 30 pinion installed. Let's see what she does. GPS is working, track start. Did we pass 179? Stop, read. Yeah, a little bit. 183. What happened? Starting with the MGM car, man, I have no idea what to tell you. MGM and a Lanner motor, I know they got some oomph. A lot of boaters are using them and they get a ton of power out of them. I guess I just don't understand it. I went into the software a million times, tried to figure it out, tried to actually remove all the limitations and whatnot. I actually feel bad. MGM and Lanner both got together and they sent me actually 2 of these. It's one of these, right? And it looks like it's got a lot going on. So if you guys know anything about those MGMs, I just know I'm a Castle fan, right? So Castle motor, and life is good. But I wanted to try these. If someone knows something about these little bodies right here, please hit me up and let me know. Next car. Now with this little car, there's actually a very important lesson to learn here. I've decided to share the gears for this video. 43 pinion, because it's a lower KV. 28 spool. You ask why I'm sharing gears? Well, we're like 40 something miles an hour from the world record, so we're far enough. But lately, so many guys are leaving the hobby because they get frustrated and unsuccessful, and they're not really succeeding with their speed runs. They're super confused. They're just leaving the hobby. We as a community actually lose due to it. Look out the YouTube right now. You have what, like 10, 15, maybe 20 guys actually taking speedrunning seriously. So I think we're all losing. Up to like the 190s, maybe I should just share gears. I don't care. You guys enjoy. By the way, if you're a beginner, I do not recommend this motor. Well, it's just a very unforgiving motor. If you don't know what you're doing, it will punish you by burning either the motor or the ESC, probably the ESC. As a beginner, I always say up to like the 160, 70, 80 miles an hour, Castle Creation, and 2028 1700 kV. This is by far, in my opinion, the best setup so far. And this is the lesson. These are the same exact gears that I did the highest number with this motor, which is 193 miles an hour. So today we did 179. We had both 4S SMC SRD V4 8400 milliamps, and without 2 overcharging and 2 heating them up, we did 179, same exact gears, I did 193. Now you ask yourself why. Now this little buddy, very, very interesting. We do 179 with 4.2 volts per cell, of course, not overcharge and not heat up. 179, by the way, the gears for these ones, 30 pinion, 32 spool. Now I already know that with these gears, it should be out there, man. It should be baller. We should start kissing the 190s, really. But it didn't. And here's what interesting. When it comes to this one, we had 179, and then we overcharged and heat up the system, and we had a cut. The ESC didn't like it, which tells me that there's a little bit too much amperage involved, and now I have to ask myself why. The speed was not high enough, amperage was, which tells me that for the same power, maybe voltage was not so high. And I'm asking myself, why? Well, I'll tell you why, Razzie. The logs reveals all secrets. So I removed many of the features because I wanted it to be easier for you guys, especially the beginners. Now, yes, we were using perfect pass. So we have a nice linear line here going from 0 to 100. But look at the voltage. Look at the voltage line and look at the amperage line. So amperage will be green, voltage will be red. Look at our amperage, 600. What? You keep doing your updates. We don't need you anyway. Voltage dropped too much. It was 27 volts, 600 amps. So a lot of amperage for the same given wattage because voltage was lower. In simple words, we should have hit up the batteries a lot more and maybe give it just a little dab of over voltage. We're going to take those batteries, hit them up real good, give them a little bit of nudge of voltage, and we might actually see the 190s. Everything you've seen in the video, of course, can be purchased at perfectpassrc.com. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to do what I do. I know we're joking around and clowning a little bit on YouTube, but Perfect Pass RC is actually a very, very serious business. There's a huge team behind me. And when you make your orders, by the way, they leave the warehouse in like an hour. Thank you so much for allowing me to do what I do and what I'm super, super passionate about. Many of you don't know, but before I got into RC and got so passionate and build Perfect Pass RC and build this company, my passion was actually completely different. It was actually motorcycles. So I used to build custom motorcycles. I used to do a lot of off-road, big diesel trucks, side-by-sides. I had a nice Canon X3 was super, super strong. ATVs, go-karts, crotch rockets. I built Harleys. It was completely different. So some of you guys don't know, but this is the background that I actually came from. Hence why I was so excited when I got this ride. This guy didn't even know me, man. What a cool dude. Sorry for not posting for a while. I have a new baby girl. She's now 3.5, almost 4 months old. Between her, which I'm in love with, obviously, and all my attention go to her, and running Perfect Pass on a daily basis, I just didn't really have time for YouTube. So now, hopefully, when the season starts, we're going to do more and more videos and have a lot more fun with you all. Thank you so much. You guys are the reason that I'm here.